If you're in the world of research, you know that landing a sponsored project is a huge deal. But then the real work starts, right? Today, we're going to break down how you and your team actually get paid from those funds. It can feel a little complicated, but I promise by the end of this, you'll have a super clear roadmap. Let's dive in.
So you did it. You got the funding, the proposal was a success, and you're ready to get going. It's an awesome moment. But right on the heels of that excitement comes this really important question. How in the world do you pay everyone correctly and, stay compliant? Here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with two key concepts that are the absolute foundation for everything else. Then we'll get into the specific rules for faculty, and after that, for staff and admin. We'll also flag some common pitfalls so you can steer clear of them, and we'll wrap it all up with why this stuff matters so much for the integrity of your work. Okay, first things first. To really get a handle on the rest of this, you absolutely have to understand two key ideas. These are the building blocks for literally all sponsored project compensation. The first one is your institutional base salary, or IBS. Think of this as the cornerstone, the one number to rule them all. It's your official annual salary from the university for everything you do. Research, teaching, admin, the whole shebang. And it's really important to remember, this number does not include any outside money you make from consulting or other gigs. And the second key term is committed effort. This one's pretty simple. It's just the slice of your professional time as a percentage that you promise to spend on a project. So if you commit, say, 10% of your effort, you're expected to spend about 10% of your work time on that project. This is different from cost sharing, by the way, which is when you commit effort but don't actually charge your salary to the grant. Okay, now that we've got those definitions down, let's talk about faculty pay, because this is where things get interesting. The most critical thing to get your head around here is the massive difference between working during the academic year versus the summer. They're treated like two totally different worlds. So, during the academic year, your salary is already set by your IBS. When you charge some of your effort to a grant, that grant is just paying the university back for your time. It is not extra money in your pocket. It's not a bonus. Now, summer, that's a whole different story. For faculty on, say, a 9-month appointment, summer is your chance to earn additional compensation for working on your sponsored projects. All right, let's switch gears and talk about staff and administrative folks. The rules here are quite a bit different from faculty, and honestly, they're generally a lot more restrictive when it comes to earning extra pay. For your full-time staff, getting extra pay from a grant is, well, pretty rare. The work they're doing for the grant has to be completely separate from their regular job duties, and it has to be done outside of their normal work hours. If those really strict conditions aren't met, then that effort is just considered part of their regular job. Now, what about your administrative or clerical support? You usually can't just charge an administrator's salary directly to a federal grant. And here's why. Those costs are supposed to be covered by the university's Facilities and Administrative Funds, the F&A rate, which is designed to support the overall research infrastructure. To get an exception, you have to prove that this person's role is absolutely essential and directly benefits the project in a way that goes way beyond just routine admin work. Okay, so we've covered the rules. Now let's talk about staying out of trouble. And this isn't meant to be scary. It's just about giving you a clear checklist so you can make sure everything runs nice and smooth. If you remember only one thing about faculty pay during the school year, please let it be this. This is a non-negotiable, hard and fast rule. During your official appointment period, whether that's 9, 10, or 12 months, your total pay cannot go above your institutional base salary, period. No exceptions. Now, for summer salary, which remember is extra pay, there's also a cap. You can earn a maximum of 3 months' worth of your academic salary. The calculation is actually super simple. First, you just figure out your monthly rate. Then you multiply that by the number of summer months you're working, up to a max of 3. That's it. Let's make this real with a quick example. Let's say we've got a professor with a standard 9-month appointment and an IBS of $75,000. To get their monthly pay rate, we just divide that $75K by 9. That gives us a monthly rate of just over $8,300. And now for the final easy step, we just take that monthly rate and multiply it by 3 for the 3 summer months. And there you go. $25,000. That is the absolute maximum this person can earn in extra salary from all of their sponsored projects combined over the summer. Just a couple of other quick things to keep on your radar. Paying a colleague at your own university to consult on your grant? Yeah, that requires special approvals. And like we said, never, ever direct charge administrative costs unless you have explicit written permission from the sponsor. So, why do all these rules even exist?
I mean, it's not just to create more paperwork for you. It's really about maintaining trust and accountability with the agencies that fund all of this critical research.
The federal regulations, they're called the Uniform Guidance, they really boil everything down to these three principles. Is the pay reasonable? Does it follow your university's policies? And does it actually reflect the real effort someone put in? Getting this wrong isn't just a slap on the wrist. It can lead to audits, damage to your reputation, and it could even mean your entire institution loses out on future funding.
Look, if you walk away with just one single thing today, let it be this. Your institutional base salary is the starting point. It's the reference point. It's the ultimate cap for your compensation. If you understand your IBS, you are already halfway to understanding this entire system. And that brings me to my last thought for you. You know, these rules aren't just about avoiding problems. When everyone understands how this works, it frees up so much time and mental energy to focus on what actually matters: the research, the innovation, the discovery. So the question to think about is this: how can getting the finances right actually become a catalyst for scientific progress?